What's up, YouTube? Chase here. I did a little bit of an experiment with the vlog a couple of weeks ago. I tried to vlog every day for 7 straight days. It was a ton of fun, and it was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So I wanted to kind of extend that experiment in the month of November. This is one of the busiest months. It looks like it's going to be on my calendar here. I've got a huge convention happening here in Dallas, which is where I live. And then the following weekend is my daughter's birthday. We're traveling back down to San Antonio, which is where I'm from. And then the following week after that, I've got a weekend-long mastermind. And then the week after that, of course, is Thanksgiving, where again we'll be traveling back down to San Antonio for an extended period of time because my daughter, who's now finally in kindergarten, has a ton of time off, so we'll be spending a ton of time with family. So it's going to be a raucously busy month, and I thought, why not just heap on top of that more and more and more video and other things that are going on. It comes on the heels of an amazing recording of the podcast that we do, where I talked about how in the past couple of months, basically since my birthday in August, which is the 22nd, for anybody looking to hook it up. No, but in August, on my birthday, I decided, I looked at my goals for the year, which I try to review more often, and this year has just fallen off on that. And I looked at my goals and I said, some of this stuff is not necessarily in my control. A lot of it's in my control, but some of it isn't entirely in my control. There were certain goals I had for the real estate investing that we do, or certain goals that I had on potential raised capital or other things that are parts of what I do professionally. There was a ton of different goals. One of them, though, was something that is 100% in my control. And I talked about this on the podcast, and I essentially said, one of my goals was regarding my health, regarding my fitness, and these types of things. And it just dawned on me that, nobody else is going to do the bicep curl for me. No one else is going to go to the pull-up bar and hit that rep for me. No one else is in charge of putting the fork on the table, into the food, and then back into my mouth, picking up the donut, shoving it in my maw. No one else is in charge of that but me. And if I'm somewhere where, they don't have a food item that is particularly conducive to a diet for me at this time or whatever, so what? I don't eat dinner that night. If I'm at a mixer where they don't have that, is that really the worst thing that's going to happen today? And if it is, lucky me. Right? And so that I could choose to be in that position and not, dominate a bunch of bagels or whatever it is that was causing me, these issues, right? So this was a goal that was 100% of my control, and it just dawned on me, I got to do the work. I've got to put in the work. I've got to. There's this great quote from an amazing American hero, just an amazing guy that if you're a fan of the Tim Ferriss podcast, you might be familiar with. His name is Jocko Willink. Jocko has a military background. He's an amazing person, a human being, so obviously he can be very intense with the background that he has. But he says this quote, and I think it's wonderful. He says, "Your will doesn't break. It never shows up in the first place." And I love that. I love this idea that, a lot of us complain about accountability. A lot of us complain about, I need to be more accountable, or I need to get an accountability partner, or whatever the case is. Well, I was finding out I had on my goals to reach a certain level when it came to my body composition and weight and fitness and all this other stuff, and I was just waiting for this accountability partner to come. This magical person was just going to show up in my life when I wasn't even really holding myself accountable. I was waiting for this accountability to show up, worried about something that was completely in my control. And it dawned on me that that was a waste of time. And so when I realized that this accountability thing, that this thing that I controlled all the aspects of pretty much, was the goal I wasn't achieving, was the thing I was not getting done, but it was 100% in my control. Once I realized that and I took action against that, since then, I'm down 25 pounds. I'm I'm feeling great. I'm waking up at 5 in the morning to work out. It's crazy how quickly it's all coming together once I realized it's just like he says, your will doesn't break. It never showed up in the first place. I was wanting this accountability. I was thinking that that was eventually going to be the thing that got me there. This accountability partner, this random person was just going to come into my life and fix all of my problems because I controlled it. Because it's something that I could do and handle and manage myself. So anyway, I said all that to say that I have another goal. I want to be able to vlog for 30 straight days. So I'm going to be doing that in November. It's something that I can control. It's something that is well within my means to pull out a camera and talk about my thoughts for the day, or talk about what's going on in my life, or just give myself an opportunity to speak to my future self maybe, or my future self to see where I was at in the past and maybe how far I've come in any and all directions. So yeah, I hope you're doing well, and cheers.